What do we mean when we say he lost his head over something?
He was in trouble.
He was in trouble. Overwhelmed by something. Maybe didn't use his head. That's really interesting that you'd think that John the Baptist was the one that lost his head, because literally it was cut off. But maybe it was really Herod who lost his head, never used it, didn't really think things out, said something and then felt he had to go on with it. This thought just struck me because recently, within the last few months, it seems like the Archbishop has been quoted. What did he say that created some consternation with people recently? Anybody remember what he said? It was in the papers too. Sports. No sports on Sunday. No legalized games. The days of Hank Greenberg and the Sabbath are long gone. Hank Greenberg was convinced that he shouldn't really do anything work-wise on the Sabbath. So we would say that maybe the Archbishop lost his head over this, but really, way back in 2016 at the Synod, he didn't lose his head. The people at that Synod, I attended that Synod, they were convinced that one of the big things that needed to be changed in the diocese is our whole attitude towards sports on the Sabbath or on Sunday. That it was interfering with family life. Now, in rebuttal, some letters to the editor stated, well, it's only an hour, or it's only a game. But it disrupts all the whole family has to work. And we're right now on the season when Sundays are going to be the holy days in family life. Professional football starts. People will be glued to their television if they're not going to it, you know? So sometimes we really don't think things out. There's more to sports on a weekend or on a Sunday than just the game. It's all the preparations. It's the intrusion into the family's affairs. Like, they can't go anywhere, they can't plan anything because they've got to drive their kids. They've got to take them to sports events. So sometimes, you know, we really need to think about things before we say something. And I really have to admire the Archbishop because he listened to the people. It was not an easy topic to deal with, you know. And so we rather shy away from topics that aren't easy or that demand some change in us. And so I think, you know, we need to pray for the Archbishop always, just as we need to really pray for Father Paul and all those who are pastors, because they're constantly faced with decisions to make. And as good pastors, and that's who the Archbishop should be, the good pastor of the Church of Detroit, he really does need to listen to people. And he may sound like he's lost his mind because he's done this, but maybe he's discovered it in God's plan. You can lose your head in a lot of different ways. John the Baptist never really lost his head. He was one with God right up to the end. So we pray that today will be another day when we find out who we are and keep our mind working and listening to people. The Lord be with you.